What's going on? Charles Boatenston here. Just got done with an open house, and I'm about to go meet a client. I just got off the phone with another one, and it's actually a very important subject. And actually, let me just close the door fully so not everything gets out on it. But one of the biggest things that you have to know is that life in general, just being alive, is a risk. Okay, just being alive. Just think of it just right now. I'm in a home. I think that, or in an apartment. I think that I'm risk averse. What if someone just broke in through those windows, which is on the first floor? What if someone just broke in right there and they wanted to steal something? Or the door, they just kicked in the door. Or the floor collapsed or the ceiling collapsed. Just being alive is a risk. And the reason I'm getting fired up is because this is what you have to do in life, okay? And it's for me as well. The reason I make these videos is just as much for you as it is for me. And you have to weigh the options. I'm very, I guess, risky. What's the opposite of risk averse? Risk averse means that you weigh the options and you usually don't take action. You weigh all the options. You're very risk averse. You don't like taking risks. I'm the opposite. I like taking risks. There's difference between risks and fears. Risks, I'm like, yeah, let's screw it, just do it. There's a couple of fears that I need to get over, and because of my self-talk, I need to say that I've gotten it over. But I just got off the phone with a client, and one of the biggest things that client is worried about is something that may be built near where they may buy. So in other words, they're going to buy a home or an apartment. It's in New York City. But there is a risk that at one day, something near where their view is, something could be built. And I've laid it out, and I said, in just bullet points, I said, there's a lease for 20 years on it, which is a parking garage. It's owned by the city. It's 4 acres in Manhattan, and it would take years to develop and approve. In other words, what I'm saying is I just said all these bullet points, and I said it's 0.00001% that anything would ever happen. And this is the funny thing is, in your mind right now, you're saying, well, there's still a percentage, okay? There's still a percentage that someone can break in right now, but it's 0.00001%, and I'm still in this room. I walk outside in New York City. There's a chance I could get robbed or punched in the face or hit by a car. It's you weigh your options and you still go forward. There's a risk to everything. And the reason I'm saying this is that I ended the conversation and I said, you have worked so hard for your money. You did what you were told to do for your whole life. And now you're 30-something years old, not married. And I said, you will not make the money that you want to make if you don't take risk. You will not be able to get what you want if you don't take a risk. And by that I mean is if you don't buy a home and you just have your money sitting there and it's appreciating with inflation at 3%, you're not going to make the 10% or the 15% if you held your money in real estate for 6-7 years and writing off the taxes and the interest. You're not going to be able to you're not going to have the rewards, the big rewards. I'm talking about the money, the body, the fame, the whatever you want, those superficial things that you may want, unless you take a step and you get on stage and you start doing stand-up, or you start singing, or you say yes to something that you're afraid of. That speaking engagement, trying out for the team, trying out for the cheerleading team. I was friends with this cheerleader for the New York Jets. And it's funny because while the cheerleaders are on the field for the New York Jets, in front of thousands of people, 50,000 people, she said 80% of them are nervous, almost to the point of throwing up before every single game. And I'm like, but you look so confident. That's the thing is that they weighed the risk of public humiliation, being videotaped and then putting online because their routine isn't good. But they felt the risk and they moved it forward. I cannot tell you enough. If you don't take risks, there will be no rewards. If you don't go out on stage, try out for the team, go to the gym, run a marathon, train for a marathon, cycle 100 miles. I thought 100 miles was insane until I did 175 in a day. And I said, wow, what else can I do? How far can I go? If I didn't do 175, I would have never thought it was possible, and I would have never thought 200 in a day was possible. I never would have thought multiple days of 100 plus miles, which I did in Puerto Rico. I cycled around Puerto Rico. It was 175 miles, then around 80 miles the next day, and then 150 the next day. Back to back to back. And I did it. I said, what else can we do? Let's cycle across America. There will be no big rewards. You will not feel good, fulfilled, unless you start taking risks. Tony Robbins says it all the time. He said, the key to happiness, the little pill, the little drug. You want a little Prozac, which is the most, America is so over-pilled, over-drugged, over-pharmaceuticalized. It's disgusting. People want this pill. You want a pill? Progress. Progress equals happiness. If you are not progressing, if you are not actually facing risks and fears, calculated risks and fears in going forward, even uncalculated ones, the ones that you just go out on a limb, like I did when I started my company. I just went out on a limb. I screwed up a lot, but you know what? I am happy as a bumblebee. I'm 31. I get a nice head of hair. Meanwhile, look at my friends. They're younger. A lot of them are younger. They're going gray. They're going bald. Your mind is everything, which I'm going to do a video about in a second. But you have to take risks because there is no reward. I hope this video fired you up because when I see something, this is the biggest thing is, I'll leave it at this, is that, and I've said it multiple times on many videos, is that if you go through life in the DER state is DER. I wake up, I press my alarm, I go online, I wake up, I have coffee, I go to my work, I come home, and that's it. I'm in the DER state, and I go 35 years of working at the same job. That's disgusting. That's taught in the schools, society, government wants you to do that because you're just a cog. Just a little cog in the wheel. Just keep on voting for me. They have no idea, these little drones. They just keep on going through the cog, just going through the wheel. Just don't question anything. No, don't question society. This is the thing with the internet, is that we're starting to question things, which is amazing. We're questioning big government. We're questioning big business, Wall Street, all these things. I used to work on Wall Street. I don't like nor dislike Wall Street. I just want people to question what like is being instilled in their mind on a regular basis. Go home, watch reality TV, have a six-pack, shut your mouth and go to bed. Here's an idea. How about you take a risk? You go out on a limb. It's so easy to be comfortable. And this is what I wanted to say. I go on tangents. I'm sorry. This is what I wanted to say before. If you go in the DER state, you will never be present. Great book by Eckhart Tolle is The Power of Now. If you haven't read that, the book is called The Power of Now. You have to read that book. It will change your life. It changed my life 4 or 5 years ago when I first read it. I need to read it again because I'm in a totally different paradigm, as Bob Proctor says. Bob Proctor says there's 2 different paradigms. There's the moving forward, and there's the staying still, which essentially is actually dying. So question things, and I still haven't said it, which is you have to objectively, so subjectively means you're actively participating in conversations and you're not really thinking like there's a camera above you or a drone above you listening in. But this is the thing. I was playing hockey yesterday, and I'm going to make another video about this in a second, but I'll wait for that. I'll make another video. But you have to objectively pull yourself out of the situation and say, why did I make that decision? Why is this woman not moving forward on purchasing a home? Like, what's going through her mind? How can I learn from this? What can I take away from this? Why is my opinion of you should move forward and buy this different? And it's not for selfish reasons of making a sale and whatever. It's because I trust the process of real estate. Real estate makes you the most amount of money if you do it right. The market, people will say the stock market or minerals or investing in businesses, but statistically, the safest investment, as long as you do it right, is in real estate. I have no facts behind it. I just know from talking to a lot of smart people and seeing them lose a lot of money going VC or angel investing in companies or in the stock market where they lose a lot of money, or in minerals or gold or art or anything like that. So have an awesome day. Go out, take some risks today. Subscribe to the video. Have an awesome day. Love you guys. Leave a comment below. And of course, share the video so we can get to a higher subscriber amount so I can maybe not do it on a cell phone in someone's apartment. Have an awesome day. Talk to you guys soon.